Safety summary today instead of how we'll do a topic each month. We're doing a little summary of a couple things we've already done, and then we'll do the same thing over the next couple months too. But we're doing vehicles and slips, trips, and falls. So vehicles, I think we've done a much better job really on both of these this year. But vehicles, we can't emphasize enough the safety there, particularly with our terrain, especially when we're trying to hurry. I know we're trying to emphasize service, and so there's a tendency to rush, and you rush in the golf cart, rush out of the cart area. That's the area I've been watching that I'm a little more concerned with, is pulling through here and right around that corner down there. Just slow down. You're not going to save 10 seconds anyway, so it's not going to make an impact. Don't try to catch back up through rushing in the golf cart. Watch the area at the driving range. Again, you got that little intersection where you're going to 110, the parking area at the range, around the corner at the range. Go extra slow there, and you got to remember that the members aren't thinking this way. We have to kind of be almost like you're riding a motorcycle. You're having to kind of watch for everybody else. It's the same thing in the golf cart. Members are pulling up, they're looking in different directions, and they're not going slow. So we've got to kind of protect ourselves against them. So just go slow, keep your feet on the inside. That's another habit. I mean, I do the same thing. It's a natural habit. You get in, your foot's hanging out. All it takes is hit the curb one time, and you got a problem. So be careful with the cart traffic, and just particularly the speed, the driving range. If it's wet, I mean, you can't be going down the driving range
Something on
quick at all. No, just hang tight. Never mind. I got all A groups have to tee off, so that's okay. That'll work. Driving range is wet. Touch the brake, you're going sliding. And so do that very slowly. Don't hit the brake on the driving range. The other area to review is slips, trips, and falls. That's probably been our biggest source of injuries and accidents, probably club wide. In our area particularly, it's again the driving range. It's kind of easy. Make sure you've got the proper footwear on, got some traction when you're on the range, because it's very easy to slip. You end up catching yourself with your hands, shoulder injuries, wrist injuries, things like that. So footwear, that's important. And then just around the area, just trying to keep things tidied up. That's where we end up tripping, because you got stuff laying around or whatever. So just make sure that all of our little exit areas and the bag rooms staying cleaned up, because that's where we end up tripping over something. Trying to carry too much, you end up falling trying to carry too much. And again, it's just kind of rushing. So just slow down so we don't end up having accidents because of that too. We'll head into winter here, believe it or not, another couple months, and we'll have to, if you guys are around at that point, you start to get frost, and particularly those first couple of cold mornings, that's when you'll have a little ice spot. Sometimes it's even coming up from the parking lot. So be very careful there. Don't be carrying things so your hands aren't free when you have frost or ice out on the ground. Any questions on those things? Anything you guys are seeing? No issues there? All right. Biggest thing I'm emphasizing is the vehicles. Don't go too fast in the vehicles, okay? I've already talked to one or two that go a little too quick in the vehicles. Don't try to rush on that. And then that driving range, I can't emphasize enough, just be patient on the driving range, go slow. If you're driving the picker, if you're one of the guys that's driving it, don't get into areas that are too aggressive. Don't get the balls, in the back of the picker loaded in a way that's going to make the load shift. Just don't take that for granted down there. Okay, we've gone really good, knock on wood, all year from accident standpoint, so we'll kind of keep that up and don't take